YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Lid, man. Today I'm here, I'm doing something a little different today. I'm gonna be doing a show review. The show is gonna be The Challenge. Reason being, The Challenge has been my favorite show since I was little. It's probably gonna seem weird. I don't know what type of fans The Challenge have, but I'm a big fan of The Challenge. Probably my favorite show ever. Not even, definitely my favorite show ever. I've probably seen all the seasons. Little few details I forget here and there, but majority of it I remember. What provoked me to get into it today instead of any other day was that I didn't like what was being painted on tonight's episode. On tonight's episode, basically, we had the final between Johnny and Nani, Tori and Devin, and Jordan and Aneesa. I have a problem. I have many problems dating back to other things, but starting with tonight, I have a problem with the final. In particular, one team, and I'm guessing everybody who's really into the challenge that will see this video is gonna know what team I'm gonna be speaking about, and it is Jordan and Aneesa. I'm not gonna be nice. I'm not gonna be too mean. I'm not gonna be harsh and nasty at all, but I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna be raw. With that being said, I'm probably gonna ruffle a lot of feathers of whoever see this. Whoever comes through when you see, if you're a challenge fan and you stumble upon my videos, you are gonna get the raw, uncut of my opinion of the show and what's been partaken in the show. My issue is with Aneesa. I'm displeased with her. I'm disappointed in her, and I feel like at this point in her career on the challenge, she should be a lot more equipped right now in her stage of what, this is her 14th season, 13th, 14th season. And I believe she's not giving us anything. I'm gonna start off by saying, and this is the main part that I wanted to express, my opinion, this is how I feel. I feel that Jordan is nowhere near wrong or no one to blame for Aneesa rolling her ankle. Jordan created a path for Aneesa to go through that she didn't think you could do, but I got something to say about that too. And I hope I don't make this long, and I hope I don't really go too hard, but the issue started when Jordan created a shortcut for Aneesa on the first leg of the challenge, or the first leg of the final, which was a running or an endurance challenge. And he made a shortcut, and during the shortcut, Aneesa rolled her ankle. We'll let that breathe for a little bit. But she rolled her ankle, and by any means, I'm not saying that she faked it. I'm pretty sure it was a real rolled ankle. By no means I'm not saying that she's really, I'm not gonna say she's making an excuse, but it's like, come on. Jordan was creating a shortcut for so that he could help her as a teammate to catch up for the lack of speed and a lack of endurance that she has. If anybody watches that and sees anything else, then you just against Jordan. And I really don't even think a lot of people are against Jordan. They really kind of, from what I've been seeing on social medias and things like that, a lot of people are having similar opinions to this. So I'm pretty sure a few people is going to agree and some is not. But he created the shortcut for her so he could make up time, which is very smart on Jordan's part. And I think if you're a Jordan fan, like I am, I'm definitely a Jordan fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say, my opinion is not biased in any shape or form. My opinion is not biased. If you're a Jordan fan, you always appreciated him outthinking or thinking outside of the box to be successful in the challenge. Everybody knows that Jordan is missing a hand. Anybody that watches the show knows he's missing a hand, and I feel like he uses his brain to make up for that, and it's something beautiful to watch. And every season that we do watch him do something like that, we appreciate it, and we always tip our hat off to Jordan. But I just feel like with Aneesa, he didn't really get to showcase that. And the moment he tried to showcase that, which was throwing the shortcut or cutting through the bushes, he got blamed for her rolling her ankle. And watching it tonight, it really upset me because it was like, we're all watching it. Most likely if you're watching right now, I'm talking more so for the older fans that know Aneesa. This is kind of typical. It's kind of like expected that something's gonna happen to Aneesa. Why are we even watching this anymore? You roll your ankle, you start talking about sympathy from Jordan and having some type of compassion. That was the word that was used tonight in reference to Jordan, needing some type of compassion. This is the final, people. This is the final. This is not the moment to get in your feelings. This is not the moment to be emotional. We get it. It happens. You're gonna get upset. Everybody's gonna be flustered. People trying to win $500,000, $1 million here. You got a teammate, you got a partner that you've been through the whole season with, and y'all get to a point where they don't have time to really cater to your emotions. That should be expected. But her not being there for 13 seasons is showing. And one of my main disappointments with Aneesa is her not being in shape. That's it. That's all. When you leave the challenge, right? You get an off season, almost like football or basketball, whatever. The challenge is America's next sport or sixth sport or whatever they phrase it as. And you get a break. You get time to go back home, readjust, think about how'd you win, how'd you lose. One thing that I always respected about the vets, Johnny Bananas, the Jordans, the CTs, the Wesses, the Zacks. Let me name some females. Cara Marie, the Cams. When they went home, they worked out. When they went home, they wanted to compete and come back and compete harder, so they went home and got in better shape than they was the previous season. I would say the last 3 to 5 seasons, 3 to 6 seasons with Aneesa on it, she hasn't done anything to get in shape. She's the same Aneesa for the last 3 to 6 seasons. And when I'm saying this, I want people whoever's watching, I want people to understand that no way, no how I'm taking anything away from Aneesa. Great competitor. A beast at eliminations. She's a monster. We've been watching, we know. But that's not all it takes to be a champion. And I feel like her having somebody of Jordan's caliber this season, their performance, no matter how much she tries to paint the whole ankle thing, people is reading between that. Without the ankle injury, Aneesa and Jordan still loses. I don't care what nobody says. Aneesa and Jordan still loses this final if her ankle is 100%. And I think that's the whole MO of the compassion. You're not being a good teammate and this and that. It's like, was that what you was waiting for? Like, was you honestly, I know nobody's really hoping that they get injured. Come on, we know that, it's common sense, but it's like, are you really happy something happened to you so that way you could blame somebody else? And it's kind of disgusting in a way, because it's like, out of the last finalists we have here now, you got Johnny Bananas, you got Nani, Devin, Tori, and Aneesa. I would like for y'all to think, I would like for anybody thinking about this, who would you say is the bad guy out of all of them? Like, who's the bad guy? You gotta put that into perspective. Johnny's the face of the show, period. He's the face of the show, so you can't really call him the bad guy. Nani's one of the people that I think everybody's kind of rooting for to get a championship or win one. So she's not really the bad guy. Tori's a beast. Everybody loves Tori. Devin doesn't have it in him to be a bad guy. He's been working well with Tori the whole season. Jordan has a history of kind of being that guy that ruffles everybody's feathers, even from his real world season. He has that say what he wants and say what's on his mind and don't care what nobody think. And it's like, he's definitely changed from that, but if we had to paint the bad guy out and blame anybody, of course they're gonna blame Jordan. So I feel like she kind of knows that, and she's kind of trying to put that image back on him, or that perspective of, oh, he's not being compassionate, he's not being sensitive. And even Tori came over there and was like, yeah, he's not a compassionate person. And it's like, it's easy to say that about him, but if you're going for $1 million, something that could change your life, something that could feed your families, take care of others, what is a moment of him being frustrated and upset that now he knows that his partner is hurt? Like, what is really expected of him to do? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I put myself in that situation, I would be pissed off too, man. You gotta tell me as a human being, you think Jordan was really like, so what about her ankle? Of course he cares about the ankle. This is his teammate for the whole season. He's known Aneesa for how many seasons? Granted, I don't even think they're ride or dies. That was a crazy combination for them even putting them two together, and we'll get into that. But it's like, y'all really could sit there and say that y'all don't think that man cared about her ankle? It's like, come on, man. Don't paint a picture of him that's really not true, and it's not showing his character and his growth of who he's become. We all know Jordan was the one picking and messing with Turbo and joking and laughing about how he walked and all that, but Jordan did a whole 360 from that. It's like, when you look at those, what I was saying too about the vets, when you look at those people and they went home, they trained. I give y'all a beautiful example. CT. When CT, I think he won one before. He definitely won. I would say he won one with West. He was in a good shape then. It was a point in time in CT's career after he had his child. He began to put on weight. He ended up relax at home and put on weight. When he came back, everybody was talking about him having a dad bod and all these different things. Still came through, still competed like the beast that CT is, that everybody know he is. But it got to a point where CT realized that wasn't gonna cut it. You going against young bucks like Nelson, like Corey. Now granted, they might not have what it takes to win a final, but they can get there. They get to the playoff area, the episode before, or even some of them even make it to the end. It was one, I believe Corey made it to a final before with his brother. And it's like, these guys is in shape. So CT, being an OG, kind of picked up on that. What did CT do? CT had a season where he went and got back in shape and came back, and what did he do? He won. He won back to back, if I'm not mistaken. He won with Amber, and then he won with Casey. It's like, come on, man, we can't keep making excuses for her. We can't keep sitting here like, oh, she's just with a bad partner. She's with a champion. And I got a question for y'all. And if you want to go to the comments, I'm not gonna even answer. I'm gonna throw a crazy question out there. Do y'all think? I'm gonna give y'all two questions. Do y'all think Aneesa makes the final this season without Jordan? Answer the question in the comments if you see this, and tell me what you think about that. I'm not even gonna ask a question. I'm gonna state something. Jordan partnered with anybody else, wins the final. He wins the season. I'm gonna give y'all my guys the favorites that I have. My two favorites is Johnny Bananas and Jordan. Later on down the line, I'll get into a video, maybe an appreciation video of why I like those guys. But those are my top guys that I would consider the GOATs of the challenge. For the women, I would give my favorites to be definitely Cara Marie. And I'm itching at Tori. I wanted to go a little bit more OG-ish, but Tori's a beast. Tori's definitely a beast. When she first came on, I knew she would be like the new girl to beat. But I would go with Cara and Tori. Those are people that you know gonna put. They're well rounded in everything. Like, they're good teammates. Like, any of the guys partner with them, I think they satisfied. Those two girls, I don't think you ever argue about them being your partners, and that's a shout out to Tori and Cara Marie. But Johnny and Jordan is my top two guys that I always am glad to see on the show. But our girl Aneesa gotta pick it up, man. And I say all that to say this. I'll end it off with this for this recap, or more so of a review of this episode. And I'm saying that because I really root for Aneesa. And I know it's gonna seem like I don't with everything that I said. It's kind of like, how you gonna say that after everything? It's like, you gotta give a person reality sometimes. Sometimes they need the truth. We sit there and we like, oh man, we question why she can't make it. It's her fault. It's Aneesa's fault why she hasn't made it to a final. It's Aneesa's fault why she hasn't won a final. It's Aneesa's fault. You know what I mean? And it's like, whether it be a lack of a political game of some season, whether it be a lack of physical, like endurance, stamina, it's Aneesa's fault. Now granted, we all watch the challenge and we know it's hard to win or even get to a final, but it's like Aneesa's wasn't no punk. Aneesa wasn't, like, we're not talking about a rookie here. We talking about a vet. Even going a little bit further than that, we talking about somebody that if they was in shape, if they was in the best condition that they could be, they would be arguably one of the best girl competitors in the house. If we being real. Because I'm not going to come on here and be biased or be too hard on any of the challenges. I salute to all the challenges, but if she was in the shape that we know Aneesa to be in, we've seen her in, in the older seasons, I don't think she could be beat, honestly. You're gonna have certain eliminations that you know is tricky, whether it be a puzzle or whatever, tug of rope. You know, you don't know who you're going against. You don't know how it's set up. They invented it to be very challenging, hence the name of the show. But Aneesa is a beast. We still know that, but it's like, come on, mama. We need you to tighten up. We need you to come back and be who we know you could be. You know what I'm saying? And I just also too, I wanted to read. This is how I knew it's a lot of people that kind of had the same opinion as me, or you know, a similar opinion. I just want to read some tweets, and I'm gonna shout out the names of the people that had these tweets too. So if you see this, shout out to you, man. This is I'm not gonna read the crazy harsh ones, man. There's some harsh ones on here about Aneesa. I'm not gonna do that because I really don't want to turn this into a bashing thing or like a Aneesa hate train. But it's like we really all love her and we kind of root for her and we want her to win. But it's meet us halfway. Like give us something to be like, yeah, like go Aneesa, you doing this. We kind of really tired of seeing it. One guy said, I'll read this one last. This is my favorite one. One girl said, this is at Lindsay Brave. She said, so over Aneesa. Please start casting other old school vets who can deliver. That's kind of heavy. Tim at Timster3 says, Aneesa injured again? Go girl, give us nothing as usual. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy, man. You got some people saying she should retire, which I don't think she retire. I don't think she should retire. I think she should just get in a better shape, man. This is my favorite one though. It's at Classic Blanco. She says Aneesa is running a final with Jordan, arguable the best challenger competitor. I think only Prime CT can possibly beat Jordan. He won a final with a broken leg. Aneesa, baby, you are the problem. This was your chance and you blew it. Just wrap it up. That's my favorite tweet of everybody's take on Aneesa, and it's because I think everybody's seeing that she's trying to pin the blame on somebody else, and it's kind of like, regardless of that, Aneesa, you kind of was a anchor to Jordan's season, and somebody like him can't come out and say that because then it's oh, Jordan didn't grow, Jordan's a bad guy. But let's stop beating around the bush. And I know it's gonna be people in the comments saying, man, if he almost got sent home and if it wasn't for Aneesa staying in the game, he would have lost. But the game was ride or die. You stick with your partner, and he had to come back, and that's what it was. They competed together, they won together. It's a team thing, but let's not act like Aneesa's a better competitor than Jordan. Jordan has been to the final multiple times. Jordan has won multiple times. Aneesa has won none, has been to no finals until Jordan was partnered with her. Let's not play games, okay? If Aneesa wants any type of chance to win a final, she has to go home and take it serious. Whether that be diet right, whether that be workout, be intense, go work out with Rachel. Rachel's doing a MTV online challenge thing. Go work out with Tori. That's your best friend. And I just mentioned to her, I'm about to say something. I don't want to spoil it, but the challenge, I got a problem with y'all too. Y'all got to stop spoiling the freaking episodes. I'm on Twitter certain days and I scroll through and there's certain accounts that know who won before the season even start, man. Who's leaking the dang footage or who's leaking the inside scoop? I mean, come on. That's another problem we're gonna talk about, and this is my first video speaking on the challenge, but I got a lot to say. We're gonna be talking about a lot. I'm gonna end this off, like I said, saying that Aneesa, I'm definitely a fan. I watch the show, I love all you guys, but to be a little critical on you and the level you compete at, a lot of people are looking for you to step it up. And I don't know if you have people in your circle that's not gonna sit there and say, oh, Aneesa, we know you're trying, we know you're, you know, we don't have that rapport. I'm not coming on here to be super duper sweet, because I want to see when you win. If you ever win, I'm gonna be over there like, you go girl, you deserve it. But until then, we gotta get this thing in order. I don't care if you need me to work out with you and we go to the gym, we'll do it. But you coming back every season like this is probably not gonna cut it. Just being real. Other than that, y'all, I'm gonna be picking up with the last episode and doing a review on that, on the champions and the winners and things like that, and we're gonna keep it going. Definitely next season, we will be doing more reviews. I'm definitely gonna pick this up more. I'm glad I was inspired to do this tonight, and that's really what we got. Until next time, y'all. Peace.
We getting crazy in a different role. She likes the fact that I just let her know. We getting crazy in a different role. We getting crazy in a different role. She my do or die, my bona fide. My up when I'm down, she's always beside me. She makes me feel